Okay, and let me record from my side and let me share the screen. Okay, so you can see here Management Studio has been successfully installed and you can restart it. I'm just making the things ready. That's it. In the organization, you don't need to install SSMS and all. It's not part of the upgradation or migration concept, guys. As I don't have setup, I'm installing. We have setup, but what is the problem? We have our bash 39 machine. We have SQL server in that bash 39. SSMS also is there, but it was installed on Windows Server 2012. The SQL Server 2017 on this machine installed on Windows Server 2012. If I want to upgrade to 2019, there is a challenges with the operating system. 2012 is not supporting for 2019. So that's why I cannot. Okay, 1 minute. Who is that? Srinivas Rao. Okay. Right. Okay, you can record. So that's why I'm not using the existing setup. So don't think, okay, don't think installing SSMS is part of the upgradation. Whatever I'm doing here, don't think those actions are part of the upgradation or migration. No, installing SSMS is not part of either upgradation or migration. I'm completely building a new setup. That's why I have already installed SQL Server 2017. Now I'm installing 2019. That's it. Okay. So don't think installing SSMS is part of the upgradation or migration. I'm just installing to show you. That's it. Okay. And what is the status here? It is restarting. Okay. Right. Fine. Here. Okay. So by using those three methods, create login with SID or auto fix or update one, we can fix multiple logins, but in case it's a time taking process if you want to fix all the logins at a time. That's why what we are going to use, we have another method called sp underscore help rev login method. So using that sp underscore help rev login method, we are going to move all the logins from your old server to new server. We are going to move all the logins from your old server to move server new server. So sp underscore help rev login method will help you to fix multiple orphan users at a time. Very simple, not a difficult task. I'm going to explain how that SPN help rev login will work, how we are going to move the logins from your source server to destination server with permissions. And then jobs and all, okay, jobs and all, what you can do is you can script out the job and you can execute the same script here so that it is going to create the job. Again, script out this job, you can execute the same script here. Again, it is going to create the job. So any other objects you can script out and you can execute that script on the destination server, you will get that object. But databases, if you script out also, it won't help us. So the best method is you have to go with the backup and restore method. Then you can go for the, you can take the backup of databases in the source server and you can move the copy and you can move or copy the backup files from source to destination server. Then you can restore the backup files on the destination server. Okay, once you restored it, you will get orphan users along with the databases. Then you can fix the orphan users using SQL help rev login method. Jobs you can script out, you can run the script on the destination, you will get all the jobs and all. Okay, so in this way, we will move the objects from your source server to destination server. When compared to upgradation, why migration is preferable? Why we are going to prefer migration? Main thing is application compatibility. Okay, so let me go with the gear symbol again. Right. Imagine this one. Okay, imagine this is your application. Okay, imagine this is your application which was connected to a source server. Where is our favorite? Here is that symbol, guys, arrow symbol. Mm, mm, Imagine your application is connected to the database or server. Okay, this is your old application. It was connected to the SQL Server 2017. Now, after migration, what we are going to do, if migration is successfully completed, what we are going to do, we are going to route this application from, okay, old server to new server, right? We are going to route the application from old server to new server. Now, the application will be pointed to the new server. Unfortunately, if this new server is not working properly, what we can do? Again, we can go back to the old server. We can go back to the old server. If the application is not working properly, we can go back to the old server. But how many days we are going to maintain this old server, guys? We'll maintain this old server for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so don't think we'll maintain the old server, okay, for lifelong. No, we are not going to maintain the old server for lifelong. We'll simply maintain the old server only for the next 2 weeks. See, if the application is not compatible, whenever we change the application connection string, immediately it is going to throw the error, right? Immediately it is going to throw the error, right? If the application is not compatible, in the next minute, once you change it, the connection string itself, application won't connect. So immediately you will face challenges, okay, related to the application. So, but still, for the safer side, what we are going to do, will maintain the source server for the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately, if the application is not compatible with the new database or new server, okay, what we are going to do is we'll simply change it back to its old server. So as old server is already existed, but in the migration and the upgradation concept, old server will be override. Okay, it is going to be overwritten, right? So you don't find again old databases, old servers and all. It was changed to new server. It will be simply overwritten. Once it was overwritten, you cannot go back to old, right? So that's why there is no, okay, downgrade option in the upgradation. But whereas in the migration, this is also not downgradation. You are maintaining the old server, old databases and all. So again, there is a chance to switch back. Whereas in the upgradation, there is no chance to switch back. Why? Because old instance will be, okay, overwritten, and it is going to be a SQL Server 2019 or new instance, new version. So that's why upgradation is kind of risky, whereas migration, okay, as you have old server and new server, if application is not compatible with the new server, you can go back to old server. So after 2 weeks, okay, fine, you just move the application to new server. Now application is perfectly working, no issues found. Then after 2 weeks, then we are going to decom this old server. Decom means what? We are going to decommission. Decom means what? Decommission of the old server. We will decom the old server, will uninstall the SQL server, and will uninstall the Windows server to reclaim the licensing and all. Okay, so this is also part of the migration. Once you moved all the objects to the new server, once you just changed the application connection string to the new server, then what we can do is wait for 2 weeks. Then this server, once the application is moved to new server, if you wait for 2 weeks, if you don't find any challenges in these 2 weeks, that means this server is not useful now. Okay, you can happily uninstall SQL Server first. Then you can hand over this machine to Windows team. They will uninstall the Windows Server. So you can reclaim SQL licensing and you can reclaim Windows licensing also. Okay, this is the process of migration. Fine, right? So the server is ready, guys. Let me connect to this server. We'll go with the upgradation first. I'll show you upgradation demo. Then I'll show you migration demo as well. Let me check what is the IP address of this machine. Guys, any issues, any doubts in the upgradation or migration? No problem. Tell me. Any point you're
Sir,
facing?
backup so
Yes.
sir backups full backup తీసుకొని full backup restore చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది సార్.
Yes. You can take, why? Because you're taking fresh backups, right? Okay. So in that case, full backups are enough. You can take full
ఓకే సార్.
backups and you can restore it. Okay. So that is also one
ఓకే
method.
ఓకే సార్.
Sometimes in the interview, they will ask you usually what happened in the migration. There are some disturbances. Okay, what is the disturbance? Say for example, you have, if you go to this diagram, Imagine I have three databases, guys. Okay, application is connected to the server, right? Application is connected to the server. So usually people will tell you in the migration there is less downtime, less downtime, less downtime. Upgradation usually, to upgrade SQL server, usually it will take, as discussed, it will take 45 minutes to 1 hour if the server is medium size. If the server is small, it will be completed in 30 minutes only, upgradation. So that 30 minutes is of course downtime. Okay, why? Because during upgradation, your SQL server will reboot multiple times, right? Restarting database server means, I'm sorry, downtime, right? So in the upgradation, 30 minutes to 1 hour downtime will be there. Definitely your application will be down for 30 minutes to 1 hour. In the migration, people will tell you in the migration there will be less downtime, but again it depends upon the situation. So if you are taking full backup of this database, why? Because at a time you cannot take full backup for these three databases, right? Even though you initiated backup for all the databases, it will start taking in the alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, like that. It will start taking the database backups in the alphabetical order. Imagine, okay, you just initiated full backup on this database to complete. Imagine it is a big database. To complete this full backup, it may take 1 hour. Okay, of course, whatever 1 hour changes are there, no need to stop the application. You can take the backup, whatever 1 hour changes are there. Okay, all the changes will be loaded during backup. I told you, right? Whatever changes are there during the backup, till the backup is going to be completed, whatever changes are there, all the changes will be included in the current full backup. Right, 1 hour, you just started taking backup at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, backup has been completed for this database, then it will jump to this database. Imagine it is taking 2 hours to take the backup. So in these 2 hours, you can expect some application or you can expect some record, some changes to this database, right? It's not 1 minute, 2 minutes, right? It is around 2 hours or 3 hours, depends upon the database size. Imagine this is very big database, it is taking 4 hours to take the backup, right? So during the backup, at least you can expect some changes in this database, right? Fine. So if you have up to 11 o'clock backup only, okay, to complete this backup from 11 to, imagine it take 2 hours, 11 to 1 it is going to take. So you have the backup of 11 to 1, okay, backup for this database. But from 11 to 1 o'clock, if any transactions are there, those transactions are going to be loaded inside your database, right? So if you restore the database of 11 o'clock, you will get the data till 11 o'clock. You are going to lose the data again, the 2 hours data you are going to lose, right? Fine. So that's why in the migration, usually we are going to stop the application before starting the backups itself. Why? Because not only backup. Okay, imagine after the backup has been completed for this database, then again you will start backup on this database or SQL Server start backup on this database. Then how much time it will take? Imagine if it is a very big server, very big database. Okay, 2 more or 3 more hours it will take. Imagine from 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock it was completed. Then your backup has been completed for this database at 11 o'clock. For all the databases, it took 6 hours to complete. So 11 o'clock means 4 hours or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock it took to complete all the backups. Again, to copy all these backups, then you have to copy these backup files from source to destination, right? You cannot directly restore from source server, right? You will copy backup files from source to destination server. To copy those that many backup files, it will take 3 hours, 4 hours, right? Right. So what about the situation of this databases during 3 hours, 4 hours? So that's why we usually don't prefer to make this application online during the migration activity. We'll stop the application before starting the migration itself. Then we'll freshly take the backups. And once you stop the application, there will be no data flow, right? There are no changes and all. If you stop the application, there will be no changes that can be applied. So happily, you will have enough time to take the backups, take all the backups, fresh backups, and copy the backup files to the new server and restore here. Okay, so it's not like in the migration there will be less downtime. Yes, in the migration there will be less downtime, but to achieve that less downtime, okay, what we can do is You have to follow separate method. So guys, tell me, apart from this backup restore, how can I move the data from my source server to destination server? Not detach, attach, other than this. To minimize the downtime, you got the point, right, everyone?
Just first take full backup, okay?
Okay,
Copy that one to destination, and
okay,
while migration, just you can take differential and log backup, and you can
that's
to
okay.
minimize the time for the backup and copy.
Right. Again, there also you will face challenges, right? Imagine 6 hours it took to complete all the full backups. Now you are saying take differential backups or log backups or both. Okay. Imagine, okay, at least 6 hours changes means on the production server, 6 hour changes means you will have changes, right? Imagine at least it took 5 minutes or 10 minutes to take the backup. Okay, on each database it took
Yes,
5
yes,
minutes or 10 minutes, or at least for the whole server it took 15 minutes to complete the differential backups for all the databases. Again, you are going to copy the differential backup from source to destination. That is around 5 minutes. Again, you are going to restore. That is around 10 minutes. So again, you are going to miss 30 minutes of data, right?
yes,
There,
yes.
that is one thing that you can minimize the downtime. So usually if you go in the first method, you have to stop the application for 6 hours. If you are not interested to stop the application for 6 hours, keep the application up and running. Then after full backup, take the differential backups or log backups, okay, to perform, and you can restore. So in that way you can minimize the downtime. Okay, but we have another process also to, still if you want to minimize the downtime, you can configure log shipping or mirroring between these two servers, so the data will keep synchronizing from source to destination. Once once you think the data completely synchronized with the destination server, then we'll simply fail over the application, okay, from your source server to destination server directly. This is how we are going to do in case if you need very less downtime in the migration. But usually migration also needs, okay, lot of downtime. Okay, so now you came
Sangu,
to,
can we use other tool like DMA tool, right? Like that.
you can use it, DMA tool and all you can use it, okay, but same, that is also same. Source destination you are going to provide, okay, you can use it, but immediately they are going to move directly to your source to destination in the DMA tool also, that a migration assistant, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it will take some time, right? That time about, I'm talking about that time. So to move the data from your source destination, it will take some time, right? That time usually either you have to agree the downtime or you have to bear the loss, data loss. If you don't want to accept both, then go for a lock shipping or migration between your source and destination, so that you can move the data. The data is going to be continuously synchronized. Again, don't worry about this lock shipping mirroring, guys. I will help you. What is this lock shipping? What is this mirroring? We are going to spend 2 days on each topic: lock shipping 2 days, mirroring 2 days. I'll explain each and everything about this lock shipping and mirroring. So nothing to worry about the lock shipping and mirroring. Okay, so let's go with the upgradation demo, guys. We are ready, server is ready, ssms we have installed. So let's first connect this ssms and let me check the instance. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so for new machines you cannot find with ssms, what you can do is go to start button, go to SQL server, Microsoft SQL server tools 18, go to this, you can choose SQL server management studio. Even ssms shortcut also will not work in the Windows Server 2016. Okay, so in that way you can choose like this. Right, okay, so now I'm going to upgrade from 2017 to 2019. So which software I have to attach now? I have already installed 2017. Now I want to upgrade the 2017 to 2019. So which software I have to attach now?
2019.
2019. The target is 2019, right? So I have to attach 2019 software. So let me attach the 2019 software. Okay. Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Where is that machine, prod server, settings, storage, select SSMS. I'm going to attach SQL Server 2019. Okay, click OK. Fine. I have attached 2019 destination software. Okay. Source is 2017, destination is 2019. Let me go to the server. Okay. Let me open this my computer. And this PC, there you can see SQL Server 2019 setup. Okay. Now open this setup, right click, open, just open it. Now you can see setup file, right click, run as administrator. So if you want to install any new SQL Server, what option we are going to select usually? Anyone remember that one? Install
Upgrade from-
standalone instance. No, for the fresh installation,
Okay.
usually for
Run
the
as
fresh
administrator.
installation. Which one?
Run as administrator.
Yeah, that's okay. Run as administrator will choose. After that, it will open installation center, right? There we are going to choose which option to install SQL Server. New standalone instance or add features to existing instance. There is an option in the installation
New
New
page.
standalone.
Yeah, new
standalone
standalone.
New
Yeah, for the
standalone
very good.
instance.
Okay. Yeah, for the first time, if you are installing SQL Server for the first time, okay, if it is a fresh copy, we are going to choose new standalone instance, okay, or add features to existing installation, okay, like this in the installation page. We'll choose this option if you are trying to install a new SQL Server. But now we are upgrading, not installing any new SQL Server, right? So what we can do is, there you can see one more option here, upgrade from a previous version of SQL Server. Okay, you have to choose this option, upgrade from a previous version of SQL Server. Then you can start upgrading SQL Server. Okay, so in the meanwhile, let me go with this. Just let me connect. I have already SQL Server installed in this machine. Okay, so I'm going to connect to this instance. Now you can see it was connected, and the version, what is the version of this SQL Server, guys? Just wait, it is loading. Yeah, so now tell me which version it is.
2017.
17, sir.
2017, you can
2017.
see 14.0.1000. It's a fresh copy. There are no user databases. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create some user databases, 1 or 2 user databases. Okay. UPG upgrade demo. And
సార్
yeah,
నాకు ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ సార్
tell me.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనము అప్గ్రేడ్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా సార్ వర్షన్ 2017 నుంచి 2019 కి అప్గ్రేడ్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా సార్.
Yes.
సో అంటే మన అప్గ్రేషన్ బదులు మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా 2019 డిఫాల్ట్ గా ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ చేసేసి దీంట్లో బ్యాకప్ ని రీస్టోర్ చేసి అండ్ లాగిన్స్ లాస్ట్ టైం చెప్పినట్టు రేవ్లాన్ యూజ్ చేసి.
That is migration. That also we are going to discuss. You have to know, right, how to do upgradation, how to do migration, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why we
Yes,
are
sir.
discussing. That also I'm going to do in the migration concept. This is upgradation demo. You have to know how to do the upgradation. I can do that also. I can take the backups and I can restore
నా
directly.
డౌట్ ఏంటంటే
Yes.
మనం మైగ్రేషన్ చేస్తున్నాం అప్గ్రేషన్ చేస్తున్నాం ఈ రెండిట్లో మనకి ఏది బెస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ అంటే
So in case if you have that question, usually will prefer 99% will prefer migration only. The organization will prefer 99% migration only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are doing non-prod servers, if you have
Yes, sir.
if you want to upgrade non-prod servers, so non-prod are not so critical about the data and all, right? So for non-prod servers you can
Yes, sir.
choose upgradation, in place upgradation. For production you have to choose side by side migration. In case in the organization, no, I am very good at in place upgradation, I will go with the in place upgradation, I don't do side by side migration, people won't allow you. It's a kind of risky operation, right? So
Yeah.
production server, okay, you have to follow in place, not in place, side by side upgradation. For production server you have to follow side by side upgradation. Non-prod you have a chance, either you can go by in place or side by side, that is your wish.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, right, fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let me create one or two jobs here. Okay, just want to show you whether all components are existed or not after upgradation. Okay, new job and full backup job steps. Mm,
Backup database,
yeah,
disk, full back,
what is the date today? 03/04, right? Today.
yes sir,
Okay, no problem.
.dak,
Yeah, I just
new,
created one. That's fine. Okay, you want to schedule it, huh? You can schedule it. Okay, BKPCH and weekly Sunday. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
okay,
right. Fine. So let me create one or two logins just to show you whether all objects will be there or not after upgradation. That's why I'm creating all these objects, guys. This is not part of, again, for upgradation you have to create full backup job, you have to create logins, nothing like that. This is not part of the upgradation. Just I'm creating some objects so that after upgradation also you will see, right, whether those objects are there or not, whether those are all working properly or not. So that's why I'm just creating some objects. Okay, and login, let me go with any login like okay, we have, let me go with the Srinath login today. Okay, Srinath 123 tab 123 and uncheck enforce password policy server roles. I'll give server, let me go with the user mapping on Azure
server
database.
role ivaraka,
It depends, it's not mandatory, right? If I go with the sysadmin, I can go with the sysadmin or any other server role. Now what I'm
okay,
planning is I'm just giving individual permissions to him. Okay, on upgraded demo database I'm giving data reader, data writer
DB,
to him.
data reader, okay
uh,
sir,
on Mintra database I'm giving DB owner permission. On Azure database I'm giving
access sir,
access, okay, fine. Okay, so access admin and the data reader, just I'm giving some permissions, that's it. It's not like mandatory, again, just to show you after upgradation also same logins will be there with same permissions and all. Nothing will happen to any of your objects. Okay, so now we have databases, now we have logins, we have jobs and all. Let's proceed for the upgradation. Okay, we'll upgrade this SQL server. Right now you can see, right, 14.0 means 2017. So we have already opened this window. Go next. I accept the license terms. Next. Next.
next,
Shinmukh, one doubt here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here the upgradation time, it's depend on the size of the databases, or it doesn't matter.
Yes. No, it depends on
Suppose you have,
server size. If you have big
okay,
databases, usually it will take 1 hour. If you have medium size server, it will take a 45 minutes to 1 hour. If the server size is very small, then it will take 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Okay, sometimes it
okay,
will take 30 to 35 minutes. So hardly 1 hour to, sorry, hardly 15 minutes to 1 hour 15 minutes it will take to complete the upgradation. Okay, if it is very big,
oh,
1 hour 15 minutes like that. If it is medium, 1 hour 45 minutes, normal 45 minutes to 1 hour. If it is small, 20 minutes to 30 minutes, it will take to complete the upgradation. But
okay,
it won't take more than like 1.5 hour and all. Okay, it won't take more than 1.5 hour. Hardly 1 to 1.5
okay,
hour. Depends on server size.
okay, sure.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ పర్పస్ కోసం మళ్ళీ సర్వర్ ఇలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసినప్పుడు సార్ అన్ని మనం మళ్ళీ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి సార్, డేటాబేసెస్ కానీ జాబ్స్ కానీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎలా అయితే క్రియేట్ చేశారో
Yes,
అలాగా.
yes, that's see, it's not mandatory again. That just to show you, that's why I'm just created the databases, permissions, jobs, okay, everything. For
ఓకే.
you can directly upgrade, but there is a challenge with your setup. As I told you, I guess as discussed, you're also installed Windows 2012 and SQL
ఎస్
Server
సార్.
2017, right? 2017 on
ఎస్
Windows
సార్, కరెక్ట్.
2012. So the problem is you cannot upgrade. You cannot upgrade that setup. Okay, you cannot upgrade that setup. Why? Because on Windows 2012 you cannot install SQL Server 2019. Now indirectly you're installing 2019, right? But that is not possible on Windows 2012. So what you can do
ఓకే
is,
సార్.
one more challenge is there, guys. Let me tell you that challenge. I forgot about this challenge. What is the other challenge in the upgradation, in the in-place upgradation? Okay, you cannot upgrade from any edition to any edition, guys. What it means? You can only upgrade SQL Server 2017 Developer Edition to SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition. If you just put here instead of 2019 Developer Edition, if I put 2019 Enterprise Edition, this is Developer Edition, guys. You can see here 2019 64 ENU Developer Edition.
డెవలప్డ్
Okay,
ఎడిషన్.
so that means you can only upgrade same edition to same edition, guys. SQL Server 2017 Developer Edition to SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition only you can upgrade. SQL Server 2012 developer to SQL Server 2016 Enterprise Edition, if you want, you cannot upgrade in a single setup. Okay, what you have to do? Possible, that is possible, but you have to apply two upgradations. What is that? Version upgradation and edition upgradation. Say for example, this is my requirement. I have SQL Server 2012 that is running, or same, go with the 2017 only. SQL Server 2017 developer edition is there. User is asking, hey, please, can you please upgrade this SQL Server 2017 developer edition to 2019 enterprise edition? Is it possible, guys?
Yes, but you have to do 2 times.
Yes. Okay, so it is possible. The answer is yes, it is possible. Okay, so I have to go for two upgradations. Right. First of all, I'll upgrade SQL Server 2017 to 2017 dev to SQL Server 2019 dev. Then SQL Server 2019 developer edition to SQL Server 2019 enterprise edition. This I can do with the help of edition upgradation. So one time you have to go with the version upgradation, another time you have to go with the edition upgradation. Or there is another way. Can anyone tell me what is the other way we have?
2017 developer to enterprise edition.
Very good, excellent. 2017 developer to 2017 enterprise edition. Then 2017 enterprise edition to 2019 enterprise edition. Okay, so in that case, you have to do 2 upgradations. One is version upgradation you have to do, another one is edition upgradation also you have to do. So 2 times you have to upgrade. That's why it's a kind of headache process. So in the migration, nothing like that. You can migrate from any version to any version, any edition to any edition. You can directly migrate 2017 developer edition to 2019 enterprise edition if you choose migration option in a single shot. But whereas in the upgradation, you have to do multiple times. You have to do combination of upgradations. Okay, got it?
Sir, sir, Nagpur.
Yeah,
Small
tell me.
doubt, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
సో మన ఇప్పుడు ఆర్గనైజేషన్ రియల్ టైమ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ లో మనకి యూఐటి క్యూఏ సర్వర్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్నారు కదా సార్, అవి డెవలప్మెంట్ ఎడిషన్స్ సార్ అవి?
Yes, see, non-development, usually all the non-prod servers will install developer edition, okay, and standard edition and all. We don't install enterprise edition on the non-prod server. Why? Because again, developer edition, standard edition, enterprise edition, in these 3 editions, enterprise is very costly. You can install enterprise edition on developer dev environment, QA environment, UAT environment, no problem, you can install it, but Microsoft won't object you. Okay, why? Because they are getting extra money.
Yes, sir.
Right? Why they are going to stop you? They won't stop you, but
Yes, sir.
you cannot install free edition on the enterprise edition. You cannot install free edition like developer edition in the production environment. Why? Because Microsoft is losing money here. So legally it is challenging. You cannot install free editions in the production environment, but you can install enterprise edition in the non-prod environment. Okay, usually 90%, 99%, okay, will install enterprise, not enterprise, developer edition, standard edition, okay, in the non-prod environment, will install enterprise edition in the production environment. Yeah, the meeting is going to end.
Sir, మన స్టాండర్డైజేషన్
Wait, let me reopen the meeting.